Alex Reed's consciousness flickered to life, chased by the remnants of a dream he couldn't quite remember. His first breath was a gulp of sterile air that did little to soothe his dry throat. The surface beneath him was hard and unyielding, a stark contrast to the softness of his bed back home. But as his eyes adjusted to the dim light, the reality of his surroundings, a stark, metallic room humming with the quiet buzz of machinery, dashed any hope that he was waking up in his own room, safe and sound on Earth. He sat up, wincing as his head throbbed with a dull ache, the result of either the hard floor or something more sinister. The last thing Alex remembered was the shortcut he took through the alley on his way home from the arcade, the shadows stretching long and deep. Then, nothing but darkness until now. The room was sparsely furnished, with panels of blinking lights and screens displaying data he couldn't understand. It was cold, the kind of cold that seeped into your bones, and the only sound was the distant hum of the ship's engines, a constant, unrelenting vibration that served as a reminder of the void outside. Panic clawed at his chest as he stood, the room tilting slightly as he did. He was alone, dressed in a plain jumpsuit with no identification, no belongings, nothing to indicate how he'd come to be here. The door was closed, with no obvious means of opening it from the inside. "Hello?" His voice sounded small, swallowed by the room's expanse. No response came, just the echo of his own fear bouncing off the metal walls. Minutes stretched into hours as Alex waited for someone, anyone, to come. He explored the room's confines, finding nothing but the essentials required for survival, a water dispenser, a small bathroom, and a locked cabinet that he couldn't open. It was as if he'd been forgotten by the world, adrift in a sea of stars with no anchor to pull him back. Finally, the door hissed open, revealing a silhouette framed by the bright light of the corridor. A woman stepped in, her uniform crisp and authoritative, her gaze assessing. She was the captain, he realized, the person responsible for this vessel and, by extension, for him. "You're awake," she stated, her voice devoid of warmth. "Good. I have questions." "So do I," Alex retorted, his voice stronger than he felt. "Starting with where am I, and why?" The captain's lips twitched in what might have been a smile in another life. "You're aboard the UEC Vanguard, a military warship. As for why you're here, that's what I intend to find out. Stowaways aren't common on military vessels." "I didn't stow away," Alex said quickly, the injustice of the accusation lending him boldness. "I was taken, kidnapped. I don't even know where here is." The captain considered him for a moment, then nodded to someone behind her. A man stepped forward, his uniform marked with the insignia of security. "Take him to the interrogation room. We'll get to the bottom of this." The security officer's grip on Alex's arm was ironclad as he was escorted out of the room and down the corridor. The ship was a labyrinth of metal and light, alive with the bustle of crew members who glanced at him with curiosity and suspicion. Alex's mind raced, trying to piece together the fragmented memories of his last moments on Earth, but they slipped away like water through fingers. The interrogation room was stark, with a table and 2 chairs set under harsh lights. The captain sat across from him, her eyes unyielding. "Let's start at the beginning," she said. "Tell me everything." And so he did, recounting the events leading up to his last memory, the feeling of being watched, the sudden darkness. The captain listened, her expression unreadable, as Alex laid bare his fear and confusion. When he finished, the captain leaned back, her gaze softening for the first time. "I believe you," she said, and Alex's heart leaped with hope, "but believing you doesn't change our situation. We're days from the nearest port, and we have our own mission to complete." "What does that mean for me?" Alex asked, the reality of his predicament settling in. He was trapped, a prisoner of circumstance in a world far removed from his own. "It means," the captain replied, "that for now, you remain under guard. We can't risk any unknowns on this ship. But," she continued, seeing the despair in Alex's eyes, "you'll be treated fairly. And if your story checks out, we'll get you back home." Home. The word was a lifeline in the storm that had become his life. Alex nodded, understanding the precariousness of his situation but grateful for the glimmer of hope the captain offered. As he was led back to his room, now officially a detainee rather than a guest, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that his journey was just beginning. The ship, with its crew and its distant mission, was a world away from everything he knew. Yet, as he lay down to sleep, the stars outside his window whispered of adventures and mysteries waiting in the darkness. And somewhere in that vast unknown, Alex Reed would find his way home. Alex's days aboard the UEC Vanguard begin to fall into a routine, a stark contrast to the chaotic uncertainty that marked his arrival. Each morning, he is escorted from his room to a small, utilitarian mess hall where he eats alone, under the watchful eye of a guard. The solitude gives him too much time to think, to worry about his family and what his disappearance must have meant to them. Despite the isolation, Alex's curiosity about the ship and its operations grows. He starts to ask questions of the guards who escort him, most of whom ignore him or offer terse responses. One, however, a young officer named Kara, shows a flicker of interest in his questions. Through her, Alex learns about the Vanguard's mission, patrolling the outer colonies, defending against pirate raids, and the ever-looming threat of skirmishes with alien fleets. Captain Marquez remains a distant figure, overseeing the ship's operations with an iron will. Her brief interactions with Alex are formal, yet he senses a depth to her that belies her stern exterior. She is a leader who has made sacrifices, who carries the weight of her crew and their mission on her shoulders. The turning point comes when the ship receives a distress signal from a mining colony on the edge of UEC space. Pirates, emboldened by the recent withdrawal of military forces from the sector, have launched an attack. The Vanguard is the closest ship capable of responding, and the crew springs into action. Alex, confined to his room, feels the ship accelerate, the distant sounds of orders being given and stations manned filtering through his door. The helplessness of his situation weighs heavily on him. He wants to help, to do something more than sit and wait. It's during this tense time that the power to his section of the ship flickers and dies, plunging his room into darkness. Panic rises in his chest, a tight ball of fear that he struggles to swallow. Then, the door to his room hisses open, the emergency override triggered by the power failure. Alex steps into the corridor, the red glow of emergency lighting casting eerie shadows on the walls. He knows he should stay put, that leaving his room is a violation of the captain's orders. But the thought of the crew, of Kara and even Captain Marquez, facing danger while he does nothing, is unbearable. He makes his way towards the sound of chaos, driven by a need to contribute, to prove he's more than just a kid who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. As he navigates the corridors, he comes across a group of pirates who have boarded the ship, taking advantage of the power outage to sow further discord. Without thinking, Alex intervenes, using the element of surprise and his knowledge of the ship's layout, gleaned from his conversations with Kara, to lead the pirates into a trap. It's a risky move, one that could easily cost him his life, but his actions result in the capture of the intruders, earning him the grudging respect of the security team. When Captain Marquez learns of his actions, her reaction is complex, a mixture of anger for his disobedience and respect for his bravery. She sees in Alex not just a stowaway, but a potential asset to her crew, a spark of ingenuity and courage that the Vanguard desperately needs. In the aftermath of the attack, as repairs are made and the crew takes stock of the damage, Captain Marquez makes a decision that surprises everyone, including Alex. She offers him a choice: remain a prisoner, confined to his room until they can return him to Earth, or join the crew as a cadet, to be trained and to serve alongside those who have become his unlikely companions in the vastness of space. Alex's decision is immediate. He chooses the latter, stepping into the unknown with a determination to make a difference, to earn his place among the stars. It's a moment of transformation, of leaving behind the frightened kid who woke up alone and scared, and stepping forward as a member of the Vanguard, ready to face whatever the galaxy throws at him. After the confrontation with the pirates, Alex finds himself under the tutelage of Lieutenant Harris and Specialist Mia Chen, both assigned by Captain Marquez to oversee his transition into his new role. Initially, the tasks assigned to him are menial: cleaning, inventory checks, and assisting in the mess hall. It's grunt work, a test of his resolve and humility, but Alex tackles each assignment with unwavering diligence, determined to prove his worth beyond the singular act of bravery that first earned him the captain's notice. His efforts do not go unnoticed. The crew, initially skeptical of the captain's decision to give a former detainee such leniency, begin to see Alex in a new light. His eagerness to learn and contribute, coupled with a genuine respect for the ship and its mission, slowly earns him a place within the Vanguard's tight-knit community. The real test of Alex's resolve and his desire to be part of the crew comes when an asteroid field damages the Vanguard's exterior hull. The ship is not critically damaged, but immediate repairs are necessary to ensure the safety and functionality of the vessel. With the crew stretched thin, Alex volunteers for the task, despite having no experience with spacewalks or exterior repairs. Under the guidance of Specialist Chen, Alex undergoes a crash course in EVA, extravehicular activity, procedures and the use of the repair equipment. The training is rigorous, pushing him to his physical and mental limits, but Alex's determination does not waver. He understands the risks involved, the unforgiving nature of space, and the trust the crew is placing in him by allowing him to undertake such a critical task. The day of the repair, Alex suits up, his nerves taut with anticipation and fear. The vacuum of space is merciless, a fact impressed upon him throughout his training. As he steps out into the void, tethered to the Vanguard by a slender lifeline, the reality of his situation strikes him with full force. Below him stretches the infinite expanse of space, stars twinkling in the unfathomable distance, the planet they orbit a swirling mass of blues and greens. Guided by Chen's voice in his ear, Alex makes his way to the damaged section of the hull. The work is painstaking, requiring precision and focus as he applies the sealant and installs the reinforced panels. Every movement is a battle against the bulky suit and the lack of gravity, but Alex moves with a grace born of necessity, fully aware that the slightest mistake could be catastrophic. As the hours pass, Alex works tirelessly, his body aching and his mind focused solely on the task at hand. When he finally returns to the airlock, the sense of accomplishment is overwhelming. He has done more than just repair a section of the ship. He has proven to himself and to the crew of the Vanguard that he belongs among them, not as a stowaway or a passenger, but as a valuable member of their team. Captain Marquez is waiting for him when he emerges from the decontamination chamber, her expression one of grudging respect. "Well done, Cadet Reed," she says, the title formal but no less sincere for it. "You've shown courage and determination in the face of adversity. Welcome to the crew." Alex's heart swells with pride at her words, a mix of relief and happiness coursing through him. He has found his place among the stars, not through circumstance, but through his own actions and the trust he has built with the crew of the UEC Vanguard. From that day forward, Alex Reed is no longer an outsider. He trains, works, and lives as a member of the Vanguard, facing the dangers of space and the challenges of their mission together with his new family. Though the road ahead is uncertain, and the shadows of his past still linger, Alex looks to the future with hope, ready to face whatever comes with the strength and resolve he has found within himself and amongst the stars. Following his successful spacewalk and repair of the Vanguard, Alex's status among the crew shifts from provisional to permanent. Captain Marquez, recognizing his potential and the respect he's garnered from her officers, assigns him more critical duties. Alex finds himself involved in navigation planning, participating in strategy meetings, and even training in combat simulations under Lieutenant Harris's stern but fair tutelage. During this time, Alex's friendship with Specialist Mia Chen blossoms into a deep bond. Mia becomes his guide to life in space, sharing stories of distant worlds and the mysteries that lie beyond the charted stars. Through Mia, Alex learns not just the mechanics of space travel but the heart of it, the wonder, the danger, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. However, the peace is short-lived. A distress signal interrupts the routine of the Vanguard, originating from a remote research station on the fringes of UEC-controlled space. The station, a hub for studying anomalous celestial phenomena, has gone silent, its last transmission a garbled plea for help. Captain Marquez decides to investigate, despite the risks. The Vanguard alters its course, heading into the unknown. As the ship approaches the station, the tension among the crew mounts. The stars around them seem to darken, the usual hum of the ship's engines a foreboding drone. Alex feels the weight of the approaching mission. He's no longer an observer but an active participant, responsible for the lives of his friends and crewmates. His training, both technical and combat, is put to the test as the Vanguard docks with the silent station. The boarding party, led by Captain Marquez with Alex and a team of security officers, including Mia, finds the station abandoned. Equipment is left running, meals half-eaten, a tableau of a sudden, unexplained evacuation, or something far worse. As they delve deeper into the station, the mystery intensifies. Data logs are scrambled, with hints of a discovery that could change humanity's understanding of the universe. But alongside the scientific breakthroughs, there's a sense of creeping horror, of something that lurked in the dark space between stars and made the station its prey. The climax of their exploration comes when Alex and Mia stumble upon the central lab, sealed from the inside. Forcing the doors open, they're confronted with the heart of the anomaly the station had been studying, a rift in space, a tear in the fabric of reality itself. Before they can retreat, the rift pulses, a wave of energy sweeping over them. Alex and Mia brace for the worst, but instead of destruction, the rift imbues Alex with a strange energy, a connection to the cosmos that floods his mind with visions of distant galaxies, ancient civilizations, and the dark entities that roam the void. The experience is overwhelming, leaving Alex unconscious. When he awakes, he's back on the Vanguard, the station now a burning wreck behind them. Captain Marquez explains that they had to destroy the station to close the rift, but the event, and Alex's exposure to the anomaly, remains shrouded in mystery. In the aftermath, Alex is changed. He feels a deeper connection to the universe, a sense of understanding that goes beyond what he learned from books or simulations. But with this knowledge comes a burden, a realization that the universe is far more vast and dangerous than he ever imagined. Captain Marquez, seeing the change in Alex, offers him a new role on the Vanguard, one that leverages his unique experience with the rift. Alex accepts, stepping into a future where he's not just a member of the crew but a guardian of the mysteries of space. In the wake of the destruction of the research station and the encounter with the cosmic rift, the atmosphere aboard the Vanguard shifts. The crew, once unified by their mission's clarity, now find themselves navigating the murky waters of the unknown. Alex, at the center of this maelstrom of uncertainty, becomes an object of curiosity, concern, and in some cases, suspicion. Captain Marquez, ever the stoic leader, works tirelessly to maintain order and focus on their mission. Yet, even she cannot ignore the profound changes within Alex. His insights into the data recovered from the station, now infused with his inexplicable connection to the cosmic phenomena, prove invaluable. Alex becomes an integral part of the team analyzing the anomaly, his visions guiding their research in new, uncharted directions. However, this newfound purpose does not come without its challenges. Alex struggles with the weight of his visions, the knowledge they impart both a gift and a curse. He finds solace in his friendship with Mia, who becomes his anchor in the tempest of his thoughts. Together, they work to decipher the meanings behind Alex's visions, searching for clues that might help the Vanguard navigate the dangers of deep space. The plot thickens when the Vanguard receives a distress signal from a convoy under attack by a rogue faction seeking to exploit the anomalies for their gain. The attackers, having heard rumors of the research station's fate and the Vanguard's involvement, believe that Alex holds the key to harnessing the power of the rifts. Captain Marquez, recognizing the threat not just to Alex but to the entire sector, decides to intervene. The Vanguard sets a course for the convoy, prepared to confront the rogue faction and protect the secrets of the rift from falling into the wrong hands. As the vanguard engages the attackers, Alex experiences another vision, this one more intense and direct than any before. He sees the rogue faction's leader, a charismatic and ruthless individual, whose ambitions threaten to unleash chaos upon the galaxy. Guided by the vision, Alex aids the crew in countering the attackers' strategies, his intuition proving crucial in the heat of battle. The confrontation reaches its climax in a daring boarding action led by Captain Marquez, with Alex and a select team of officers, including Mia, taking the fight directly to the enemy's flagship. The battle is fierce, the outcome uncertain, until Alex confronts the faction leader, his visions guiding his actions. In a tense standoff, Alex's connection to the rift manifests in ways he cannot control, disarming the leader and turning the tide in the vanguard's favor. The rogue faction is defeated, their plans thwarted, but the victory raises more questions than it answers about the nature of the anomalies and Alex's connection to them. In the aftermath, Captain Marquez commends Alex for his bravery and his role in the victory. The crew, once wary of his presence, now celebrate him as one of their own. Yet, Alex remains troubled by the implications of his powers, the visions of the void that continue to haunt him. As the dust settles from the confrontation with the rogue faction, the UEC Vanguard limps through space, its hull scarred but unbroken. The victory over their assailants is bittersweet, marked by moments of loss and bravery. Captain Marquez, standing before her crew in the Vanguard's mess hall, commends their courage and resilience. Among those hailed as heroes, Alex Reed stands out, his actions having turned the tide of battle. Yet, as the crew applauds, Alex's gaze is distant, his mind preoccupied with the visions that now haunt his every moment. In the quiet that follows the celebration, Captain Marquez summons Alex to her quarters. The room, a stark contrast to the rest of the ship, is adorned with relics from Marquez's years of service. She offers Alex a seat, her expression serious. "Reed," she begins, her tone softer than he's accustomed to, "your actions today saved lives. But we both know it's more than just intuition or luck at play here." She pauses, studying him. "This connection you have to the rift, it's unprecedented. And dangerous." Alex nods, the weight of her words heavy on his shoulders. "I know, Captain. I can feel it, pulling at me, showing me things I don't always understand. But I also feel like it's a part of me now, and I can use it to help." Marquez leans back, considering his words. "Perhaps. But we must tread carefully. Powers like these, they can change a person, not always for the better." She stands, walking to the viewport, gazing out at the stars. "We're charting unknown territory, Reed. Not just the space outside, but within you as well." Alex joins her at the viewport, the endless expanse of space stretching out before them. "I'm ready to face whatever comes, Captain. With the crew, with you. I'm not that kid who woke up scared and alone anymore." Marquez smiles, a rare gesture that warms the cold ambience of her quarters. "No, you're not. You've proven yourself a valuable member of this crew, Alex. But remember, we're in this together. You're not alone." The following days see Alex and the crew of the Vanguard working tirelessly to repair the damage sustained in the battle. Alex, under the watchful eye of Mia and Lieutenant Harris, learns to harness and control his newfound abilities. In the ship's lab, surrounded by equipment and data pads filled with information on the rift, Alex undergoes tests and training sessions designed to explore the extent of his connection to the cosmos. It's during one of these sessions that Alex has a breakthrough. A vision, clearer and more focused than any before, reveals a new anomaly hidden within a nebula not far from their current location. This time, however, Alex senses not danger, but opportunity, a chance to understand more about the rifts and possibly how to control them. With Captain Marquez's approval, the Vanguard sets a course for the nebula. The crew is cautious, aware of the risks, but driven by a shared desire for answers. Alex, at the helm beside Marquez as they navigate the swirling gases of the nebula, feels a connection to the stars stronger than ever. The anomaly, a shimmering tear in space, beckons them forward, its secrets locked within. The UEC Vanguard, a speck of metal and ambition, pierces the veil of the nebula, its engines humming softly as it navigates the cosmic fog. Inside, the crew moves with purpose, each member attuned to the tasks at hand. Captain Marquez stands at the bridge, her gaze fixed on the view screen, where the anomaly pulses like a heartbeat in the void. Alex, now more a part of the crew than ever, works alongside Mia and the science team, preparing the equipment necessary to study the anomaly up close. His connection to the rift, once a source of fear, has become a beacon guiding their way. He feels the pull of the anomaly, a resonant call that echoes in the depths of his being. As they approach, the anomaly's influence becomes evident, affecting the ship's systems and the crew's instruments. Only through Alex's guidance, channeling his visions into navigational data, do they manage to maintain a stable course. The moment of truth arrives when they reach the optimal distance for the deployment of probes. Alex, connected to the ship's systems through a neural interface developed by the engineering team, extends his consciousness towards the anomaly. Through his eyes, the crew witnesses the fabric of space fold and twist, revealing glimpses of distant galaxies, ancient cosmic events, and the shadowy outlines of entities that defy comprehension. The data gathered is overwhelming, flooding the ship's computers and Alex's mind with information. Amidst the chaos, a pattern emerges, a map of sorts, charting pathways through the cosmos that could revolutionize space travel and lead humanity to undiscovered worlds. But the exploration is not without its dangers. The anomaly's energy begins to fluctuate, threatening to destabilize and consume the Vanguard. Captain Marquez faces a difficult decision: continue the mission, risking the lives of her crew for the sake of discovery, or retreat, preserving the data they've collected but leaving the secrets of the anomaly unexplored. Alex, feeling a personal responsibility for their safety and driven by a desire to protect his newfound family, makes a bold proposition. Using his connection to the anomaly, he believes he can stabilize it long enough for the Vanguard to escape the nebula's grasp. With Marquez's reluctant approval, Alex focuses his will, his consciousness reaching into the heart of the anomaly. The crew watches in awe as the space around them calms, the anomaly's chaotic energy subsiding under Alex's influence. It's a harrowing moment, a test of Alex's abilities and the trust the crew places in him. As the Vanguard makes its escape, the anomaly pulses once more, sending a final burst of data through the neural interface. Alex collapses, the strain overwhelming, but the ship is safe, the crew's mission a success. In the aftermath, as Alex recovers in the med bay, the crew processes the wealth of information they've collected. The anomaly, though now beyond their reach, has opened up new horizons for humanity. Captain Marquez commends Alex for his bravery, acknowledging his indispensable role in the mission's success. As the UEC Vanguard makes its journey back through the vastness of space towards UEC territory, the crew takes stock of their monumental discovery and its implications for the future. The data collected from the anomaly within the nebula promises to advance human understanding of the universe, offering pathways to stars and galaxies previously beyond reach. Yet, this breakthrough is tempered by the realization of the dangers such power can attract. In the med bay, Alex Reed slowly regains his strength, the ordeal of connecting with the anomaly having taken a considerable toll on his body and mind. Captain Elena Marquez visits him, her expression softening as she sees the young man who has become so vital to her crew and their mission. "You've done something remarkable, Alex," Marquez says, her voice filled with a mixture of admiration and concern. "You've opened doors for us that we didn't even know existed. But you've also shown us how much we have yet to understand." Alex nods, the weight of her words settling over him. "I know it's not over," he replies, gazing out the window at the star-strewn void. "The anomaly, it showed me things, possibilities, but also warnings. We have to be careful." Marquez agrees, her gaze turning to the stars. "We will be. And we'll do it together. You've earned your place among us, Alex." Not just as a member of this crew, but as a part of this family. The conversation is interrupted by Mia Chen, who enters with an update on the data analysis. The excitement in her voice is palpable as she shares the preliminary findings, confirming the existence of stable pathways through space, shortcuts that could revolutionize interstellar travel. Yet, her excitement is tempered by caution, a reflection of the lessons learned from their encounter with the anomaly. In the days that follow, the Vanguard completes its journey home, greeted by a mixture of celebration and intense scrutiny from UEC Command. The discovery sparks debates and discussions at the highest levels, with Alex's role and his unique connection to the anomaly at the center of it all. Despite the attention, Alex finds solace in the camaraderie of the crew, the bonds forged in the depths of space stronger than ever. Mia, Lieutenant Harris, and the others stand by him, their support unwavering as they navigate the challenges ahead. As Chapter 5 draws to a close, Alex stands on the observation deck, looking out at Earth, a pale blue dot cradled in the blackness of space. The journey back has changed him, the visions granted by the anomaly leaving him with a profound sense of purpose. "I know what I need to do," Alex says, more to himself than anyone else. The path ahead is fraught with uncertainty, but he is not alone. With the crew of the Vanguard by his side, Alex steps into the future, ready to explore the mysteries of the universe, to protect its wonders, and to face whatever dangers may come. Please be sure to subscribe if you liked this story. And don't forget to leave it a like too, so other people can enjoy it. And, if you don't, we might just have to show you to the airlock.